Starting the video out. Bam! What's up, guys?
You feel that? Watch that. So you guys see all
that's
this?
That E. Ooh.
Yeah, she is a little rich.
What's up, guys? We are back. We got a lot of work done in the last couple of weeks, so we can start doing some recording. We'll see how consistent we can stay. Today we're working in the shop. Today's Monday, normally our day off. We're here finishing up a couple odds and ends. Chase decided that he's gonna switch back to his parent header because of all the new tuning stuff going on right now. We're gonna put his other header on since that's what he was tuned on. He was having some overboost issues with this, and we just don't want to update his tune right now. So we're just putting the parents back on. He had to fix a couple cracks. We got those things welded up. So beautiful ETS unit here, and then parent unit with some nice fresh welds on it. So that's going back on.
She's going for 9s now.
So next track day we'll try.
We're gonna prove that she makes 8s.
Now
800 I should say.
It's pretty nice outside. I know it's looking a little blurry on camera, but it's been back and forth. We get sun, we get rain, we get sun and rain, and honestly I don't mind it. It's been nice having a little bit cooler temperatures this year. Obviously last year we were dying. So today I decided, since we got everything caught up, I'm gonna work on the Honda, which I was hoping to get a lot more progress done on this thing today than what I'll be able to, because we had a mishap of parts, and update you guys a little bit what's going on. You saw the Honda do the first startup, and then I had an issue where it was throwing an engine position error code. It does still have a distributor on the car, as you can see here. Now I have everything to be able to put coil and plug on it, and originally we built this turbo kit so it could have a Hall effect sensor right here to read off this cam gear. But as you can tell, with my decision to go over to a 68, there's really not that much room there. So I don't know if that's going to bite me in the ass or not on this thing. I have the Speed Factory style where I can just still use this to get engine position, put the Speed Factory cap on here and use coil and plug. But at the end of the day is what I've been learning, that Hondas with distributors have issues with standalones and picking up the engine position. So I thought that was my issue, but after going through it and working with Haltech, it seemed that that was not fixing it. So I came out here, checked timing on it, everything lined up, and then I went to go start retorquing everything just to make sure everything's tight. And you can see here there is no more bolt, which is in my hand. So I went on this bolt, went to tighten it, something didn't feel right, so I went ahead and backed it off, and I ended up with the camshaft in my hand. So luckily this happened obviously when the car was turned off. I don't believe there's going to be any damage, thankfully, other than the camshaft. You can see the gear has moved over, touched this one to stop everything. Obviously the camshaft's not attached, so that doesn't matter, but it's just sitting there right now. So that is unfortunate. You can see here I took it off to inspect the threads, which there is no problem with the threads. This literally just unscrews perfectly on here. So I don't know what's going on. This is a factory OEM Civic Type R camshaft. Definitely getting harder to find these days. One of the biggest cams I have talked about for Honda, the biggest one they ever made. So that's unfortunate, but we knew that was kind of the smaller thing on the car, so I made the decision to go ahead and get what I should have got in the first place if I had known that we were going to go to this point with the car. Recommendation, thank you to Miles out there from English Racing and a couple other good friends of mine. They did Skunk 2 Pro 1s is what they said I should go with. With these I need to do the lost motion assembly here from Skunk 2. This is a spring design versus the hydraulic. And then I did the GSC upgraded cam gear bolts, since we have upgraded cam gear. So that way, hopefully this does not happen again. But the problem is our package came today. There's 8 of these, it's supposed to be 16, and the package was ripped open. So we're missing half of our lost motion assembly. So I was hoping to get this thing apart, back together, and started for you guys, but that's just not gonna be the point of it today. So I overnighted another set while we work through the issue, what's going on there. So I'm gonna do a little bit with the Honda today and get this thing pulled apart. Hopefully you guys like the video of this thing. Also, to update you guys, I went ahead and kind of listened to the comments and listened to what I thought, and I sold the red Recaros out of this thing. So I have a nice mint black OEM set of DC2 Recaros coming, really clean. I'm gonna recover this. I already ordered the black Recaro material because I already covered that and the armrest. So that's gonna go all black. The interior will be all black. I sold this steering wheel to a friend. You guys remember Alex? And I have the black badge for the steering wheel. So that's going to be going back on, and I'm going to order just a black leather rewrap, brand new steering wheel. S2000 is what this is, with the red stitch to match the seats. Just definitely kind of changing things around a little bit. Also for the engine bay, I am going to change things around a little bit. Josh is going to get me raw titanium in here so we can change out the purple. I know a lot of you guys like the purple, but to be honest, there's just too many colors that are going on. So I'm going to change these back out to raw titanium, and then slowly start changing some things back around. I'll get a black one of these. I think I'm going to pick up the Speed Factory fuel rail that's still 10A in and do that. That'll be black. But the last part is like getting a wastegate. Obviously a wastegate's pretty expensive, so maybe if I have a friend that has a black one that wants to trade, we might do that. And then, like I said, get a black blow-up out. So then everything will be blacked out on the car. The only thing will be the blue timing belt. Obviously there we have some small spoon stuff that's blue, and then of course we're going to be putting our spoon brakes on. So a little bit of colors being blue and red, but the red just being the red stitch on the interior. So I think it'll work out well. What are you doing? You're just staring off in the abyss?
I'm just waiting because I have to bang these headers on.
You have to do what?
Bang the headers on. They don't got no more slip joint.
No, they're kind of a pain to get on.
Yeah.
Well, while he's doing that, I'm gonna start getting this thing apart. I'll try to set this camera up. We'll do a little bit of a time-lapse action. I gotta pull the valve cover, and I guess the plus side of this happening is I can retorque the head because it's already heat cycled. So I'm gonna do that as well. For those of you wondering what engine this is, or if you haven't heard in the past, we did a Ramey race engine, 1000 horse short block. We have a 4-piston oil pump, and I did the 4-piston 625 plus head studs in this, a Speed Factory head gasket. This head is actually already fully built, ready to go for those. It has 1 miller size valves, nice port and polish job, has GSC valve train in the head already, so it's definitely ready to go. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead, start getting the valve clear off this thing, get it pulled apart, and get those cams out.
Yeah. Welcome. Yeah, yeah. Cutaways. Mike LV. I done wasted enough of my time. I'ma need that back. Yeah, time after time with the I've been roll out of line like I don't read the signs. I'm so done with the lies. That's why I ain't got no time. At the clock, stepped up in the game like rock. Ball boy with the hook, can't stop. Like the dread on my head, stay locked. Look, always no island. Stay fly, no pilot. All beef, no diet. Real G, stay silent. I'm all for the mission to pray for the tension because the best of us come with complacency issues, and then the chosen the high cause replacing no picking the tissues. They thinking and crying and laughing and ain't for the miss you. I've been up like all night, working on the crab cause the sucker don't ball right. Then we about to swing cause we ain't about to fall. I'm living on my knees cause I know it ain't all I. Oh my God, never gonna stop. Think I'm finna go and change my legal name to Pops. Y'all a bunch of birds, I ain't even gotta fly. Looking for the beat, find a light up in the top. See it at the top, praise be the try. I ain't need a try, glory to God. Millie with the rock, Jordan with the hops. Catch me at the Grove, 10:30 on the dot, boy. Yeah, time after time with the I've been roll out of line like I don't read the signs. I'm so done with the lies. That's why I ain't got no time.
All right, so we got the ATI pulley off. You guys have never seen this. If you have an aftermarket pulley, then you have to get a puller for it. So I got that off, got the timing cover off. As you saw, I just pulled the cam gear off here, and it's pretty crazy to look at this because it's literally just flush with the end of the camshaft. So I really don't know what happened there. Being an OEM camshaft, it seems pretty odd. It wasn't over torqued. It wasn't like the bolt bottomed out. So I don't know what happened there because those threads go quite a ways in there. We can try to put the original piece back on, see what it does. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty weird. So now to get these cams out, it's pretty straightforward on this engine. You just pull these cam rails or whatever you want to call them off the top here, and we'll have to unsteel these guys and pull these out. Then we'll be able to get to the head studs under here, and we'll have to get to those lost motion assemblies. So let's go ahead, get the cams out.
moving with the rock. Y'all swine, how you moving with the ops? Self-made hobby up in the shop. Stay paid, I don't care about the props. Praise God, change ways. Never been just about a payday. Glow up, then it turn into a melee. Coming down, so they hollering out Mayday. Yeah, if you doing this for dollar signs, odds you are out of line. Yeah, pay attention to the product line before that is modified. Yeah, eyes up on the bottom line before you are out of time. Yeah, out of body moving me so out of mind. I can see through all their jealousy. Can't compare to all the pedigree. They saying it's sinning, but all I see is jokes. They never want to smoke.
Now we got our camshafts all the way out. Everything is ready to check the torque, because the torque, these head bolts or head studs in this case, are underneath the camshaft. So I'm going to double check these. I'm curious to see after a heat cycle how much these have changed. So I'm going to go ahead. I got to look up the torque spec because I don't recall what it is. I think these were 100 foot-pounds if I recall, but I'm going to verify that. Then for that lost motion assembly, the lifter is right underneath these. So I wish it was easy enough where you could just flip this up here and pull that out, but it looks like I'm gonna have to pull the rail out and then pull the assembly out, put the new one in. So that's gonna be a little bit of in-depth. I'm gonna knock out one side. I did, like I said, overnight another set, so they hopefully will be here tomorrow. So, all right, let's see how far off our head bolt torque spec is. I looked it up, it's 100 foot-pounds. So we're gonna get our torque wrench there and we're gonna see how much that heat cycle did. This is kind of like a Subaru for getting to the head studs. It's kind of a pain in the ass because obviously you have to pull the whole top of the motor apart. You know, if this was an Evo, you just pull the valve cover off, but this is pretty similar to a Subaru where you'd have to pull timing apart and everything. So let's go ahead, get on these and see what happens. I mean, it didn't really budge or move, so I'm being pretty consistent, not moving. I'm pretty surprised. I thought a heat cycle would
Loosen
move them a little bit, but well, in this case, I don't see any difference in this. So they're not budging. You're just seeing me start to twist the extension here. So well, they're on torque. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and jump through, pull this rail assembly out. Not the most fun thing to do. There's little springs in here that help for the VTEC. So I'm going to knock that out, get that assembly in there, and then we'll have to pick this up tomorrow when I have the other parts. Per usual, I didn't record putting the thing back together, so another day. Got our parts in, got all those lost motion assemblies in, camshafts are in, valve clearance, I shouldn't say valve clearance, but can't think, lifter clearance, I guess would be the better term, is all set and done. Car is timed. For now, cam gears are zeroed out. I'm sure we're going to have to mess with those on the dyno. A lot of people do degree these cams in, and you know, we may still do that in the future. Right now they're not, they're just zeroed out. But now the last pieces I have, I just need to go ahead and put our timing cover back on the car, and then we are ready for startup. So fingers crossed we don't have that code anymore, but to be honest with you, I'm not set in stone that was the problem, but I think we're still going to have to battle some issues with the distributor. Finding out what I've found out, that's kind of a pain with Stanholm. So crossing your fingers that it fixes it. Not too sure it is. Like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and get this cover on, get that crankshaft pulley on, and then we can go ahead and start to scene up and see. So we got our fingers crossed. We'll see what happens here shortly. Maybe we'll have some cam loop. Alright, I'm going to end out this video in the morning. Not really the way I wanted to end this out, and it looks like the GoPro had a problem with the memory card, so we may have lost some footage. I got the new camshafts installed in the Honda, went ahead, did the first start. It acted like it was too advanced in timing, which was a good sign because that means we had a change since the last cam, so I was really hoping that would fix the problem. But once I put the laptop on the car, made the adjustments, set my amount of degrees back to where it originally was with the Haltech when I first put it in, the way that they send it over for their specifications. I think that was like 445 degrees, and I had it at 410, so I took off 35 degrees is how far we had to go with the CTR cams. They get it to be where the car was locked at 16 degrees and it showed 16 degrees on the crank when we were setting timing. I set it back, and then even still then, it just wasn't right. When it was acting as if it was retarded, response was slow. So still having the same problem, still throwing an engine position code error, and I'm gonna have to sort that out. But like I said, not really the way I wanted to end it out, but I'm gonna end it out here. I did get some more stuff into it in today for the car, so we can hopefully try to get this fixed and not have this issue anymore. But taking a look at this, as you can tell, the wife has gotten to me, and Chase. They said no more purple.
No more purple.
So thank you to Josh. You guys know we use Vivid TI for all our titanium needs, and I have made the decision to go over to the raw style bolt. So I changed everything out to raw, including the studs down there, now that we're getting some beautiful color on here. And the last few pieces are going to be the blow up valve, the wastegate, and the fuel rail. I know there's a couple bolts. These are the last ones that Josh forgot to bring me. So then it'll just literally be black and polished is what the look's going to be in the engine bay. Only thing that's going to be color is going to be the blue belt. We have a blue spoon cover here. Do have a little hint of red, I guess, with the Type R strut bar. That's getting pretty hard to find. And then we'll have our blue brakes on it. So seats are sold. I don't know if I had said that earlier in this video or not, but I did go ahead and sell the red Recaros, so those are all gone. Ordered a beautiful set of black ones, and we'll be changing that up. So that's gonna end out the video. Not too much progress or in the right direction, unfortunately, but hopefully the next video we'll have some more progress on this thing and get that first startup and drive, hopefully. So go ahead and cross your fingers for me. If you had this issue before and you had a Haltech on your Honda, go ahead and be sure to comment down below. I know a lot of you are probably going to say that the problem lies right here at the distributor, and you might be right, you know. So I was waiting on a new laptop to come in so I could upgrade my Haltech to NSP software instead of the ESP that it was on, and I can use their oscilloscope and see what voltage that distributor wants. So that's what's to come in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed. For now, we're going to end this out with Chase changing the wastegate spring on a Legacy. That's right, this thing's back. So we'll catch you guys in the next video.
Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground. Living life up in the fast lane. Life, though you lemons, you just put them in Coronas, Coronas, Coronas. I've been working, I need that advance with the bonus, the bonus, the bonus. Ain't no thoughts about tomorrow, I'm just living in the moment, the moment, the moment. Full tank of gas and 200 on the dash, bitch, I'm zoning, I'm zoning, I'm zoning. Fast lane, living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the